doctor. I went to the doctor, and he's like, "Can you shit in this cup?" And I was like, "Oh, doc, I shit in the cup." And he's like, "Why'd you shit in this cup? You fucking..." I was joking, dude. You fucking did it, you fag. And he walked out.
How do you shit on command?
No,
Every time I go to the hospital and they tell me to piss or shit in a cup, I can't do
I was
it.
having diarrhea. I went in the bathroom, and they put it over the toilet. Or whatever.
I guess if you're gonna be a nurse, I guess you just gotta get used to shoveling up.
No, I mean,
shit.
how do you do it as
As
the giver? Like, say, hey, can you go piss in this cup? And it's like, I don't, maybe in like 3 hours.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, like the few times I've had to do that, I either couldn't piss, and I had to sit around for an hour awkwardly apologizing because I couldn't piss, or they gave me the cup when You ever overfill the cup?
Yeah.
You know what I did one time?
Like, give it to them, like
Dude, I'm
this
telling
cup
you.
and it's like to the top of the brim with piss.
I had a 1 liter fucking bottle and I filled it up. It was
Jeff, do you
fucking
panic
nuts.
when you're pissing in a cup? Do you feel like you can't stop yourself? You're like, oh, I need to stop. And you know what I mean? It's hard to stop mid-piss.
The first time I did it, I filled it all in. Like, they literally only need like 3 drops, and you fill it.
Jeff, stand next to me, piss. Try to stop mid-piss if you have a big piss. Like,
You know what they need to do? They need to put sensors in the fucking toilets in the bathrooms that you stay in, so you go and piss in the toilet, and they just test it through the toilet water that you piss in. The end.
That is genius.
That's gonna be a future.
You want a stool sample?
That would
There's
be
the
an
fucking toilet.
$87,000 toilet.
They get paid enough.
I guarantee it'll be in every home in like 100 years. You'll have a big like diarrhea. Be like, you have cancer. Good day.
Zach, what is a piece of technology?
Good day.
What is a
Be
piece
well.
of be well?
Besides the cancer, LOL.
What is something in the future that after we're all dead and there'd be some piece of technology? What would something in the future you'd want now that you'll never be able to have, but they'll have in the future probably?
Mick, you gotta try. Give me that.
Little great grandson Zach.
He's good.
You're still going.
No, I want to know.
If he fucking T-bones the card,
Answer the fucking question, Jesus.
Sorry, Jeff. Just for audio's sake, can you
No,
repeat
it's
that?
all right. What wonderful piece of futuristic technology that might exist 100 years from now would you want now, or even farther in the future? What's something you'll never have, but it'll exist one day?
It'd be a convenience to your everyday
Just
life that
anything.
doesn't exist.
Cancer machine.
I just said that. You can't steal one.
Cancer
No,
scan.
I wouldn't choose that, though. I would choose...
You wouldn't choose a cancer scan?
Most problems are solved with common sense. Like, it'd be nice.
That's right. When I got cancer, then all I need is some good common sense.
No,
Boom.
like if there's a machine you can put your finger in, and it's like, oh, you stop eating sugar and stop smoking cigarettes.
You're saying the cure to before you get to that point.
Yeah, why don't you fucking stop doing stupid shit?
I would love to see the future just for this part. I know this is going to happen eventually, but AI is going to get so good at one point. At some point in the future, be able to program something that can tell the funniest joke, like compile the best joke of all time, and then a robot that can tell the funniest joke.
Do you feel threatened?
No, people would feel threatened. Because what the fuck would happen if robots can pinpoint the funniest fucking joke of all time?
Nobody can be like you. Nobody can be like me. Nobody can be like him. And you. Yes, it does matter.
They can take every amazing best joke and think of what makes you laugh.
That's not an individual. That's like an amalgamation of fucking everybody.
But imagine if scientist programs that and then sells the jokes to comedians. Or
it is not possible to manufacture a personality. It's not.
Hold on, but Jeff wanted. I have something to say about that.
I want to test something real fast.
What do you want to test?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I have no particular insight into the motivations of chickens.
I have no particular insight into the motivations of chickens, Jeff. All right, never mind.
No, but I don't even.
No, that's a perfect example, actually.
Jeff, I don't even mean artificial intelligence responding, being witty. I mean it's completely unintelligent. But they basically make an algorithm. They put every single the most funniest jokes of all time in this computer program, and then from there figure out the funniest jokes.
That's not possible.
I would say it absolutely is given 100 years.
But hold on, when you see what is quote unquote popular in terms of comedy, right? You immediately.
I would say there are some objective, basic, timing.
Sure, but there are.
No, I'm just saying, of all the things like flying cars, teleportation,
I think flying cars.
You want an AI that can tell funny jokes.
No, he doesn't want it.
I'm curious to see that because I think every asshole in his dog is gonna say flying cars and cancer, robots, and I've just thought about that before. I've always
sex
wanted to see
robots.
That. I think sexual. I don't think flying cars are ever gonna become practical in jetpacks. They're so weird and stupid.
I want that in both Total Recall movies, you can dress up as another person.
Ew, you watched the second one? Gross.
Yeah.
Why?
Isn't that with Colin Farrell?
I'll watch
whatever?
anything. Yeah. It was just kind of bland, honestly.
Wasn't it the same movie, just remade?
It was different. They apparently tried to stick more to the book.
tell anybody.
But it just didn't have that much personality. It was really kind of
You always do it every time someone leaves. Don't you dare, Stanford.
I promise I won't.
Like that movie, like many movies, the art direction was nice. But
Wait, why did Zach leave? Did he have leaky butt again?
He has to go blow himself
He has to go
upstairs
poo.
to
He has to go
convince
poo.
me.
I like Zach a lot. I just wish he didn't
don't.
have such a pooping problem.
Mickey, you alright?
Dude, you don't even know.
do you have any final words?
Actually, I had a good point. What was the last fucking thing that was said? Never
You were
mind.
saying that Mortal Kombat 2 wasn't as good as 1? Wait, no.
Mortal Kombat 2 is way better than 1.
I loved Mortal Kombat. Wait, what? No, Mortal Kombat 1 was the best.
it
No,
wasn't.
2 was way better than 1, and 3 was eh.
How
He's
was Mortal
exactly
Kombat?
right.
No, the movie, not the
Oh,
game.
Why are we
The
talking
movie,
about
yeah.
the fucking movies?
I thought we were-
Idiot.
I thought we were
Well,
talking-
obviously the first movie's good. Nobody liked fucking
Yeah, the
Annihilation.
second movie was terrible.
That's what I was saying.
Why don't you say the movie?
Why did you go to the movies first?
Because
That's
I
like saying
thought-
Street Fighter was bad.
Because we
and
were
you're
talking
like,
about
what?
movies more than we were talking about video
You
games.
dumb chink.
You know what?
Oh, chichon.
I
Mortal
remember hearing your podcast where you're talking about going to Korea
Yeah.
and how they had those like toilets where you had to squat
Yeah.
and how it was such a fucking burden on you.
I never did it.
Okay.
I just saw them. There was a piss trough that did make me uncomfortable in this one bathroom. It was like a round trough,
Yeah.
and they all stood around it. But anytime a little kid came in, he would like get completely naked and stand there. And
Look at
piss
me,
in
horny
there.
just
And
like-
I like to get
and I was getting
naked.
so horny by it. I was just like, oh my god.
You get a huge boner
I can't
while you're
piss, I'm so
peeing,
horny.
Saw
and
your
you
boner,
pee
dude,
like
you
just
got horny.
everywhere.
You filmed it.
I pitched such a big tent, I couldn't like undo my pants, and I had to run out crying, and I was all embarrassed.
Here's a question: can you guys piss when another dude is standing next to you at a urinal?
No.
I
Kinda
cannot.
hard.
Not if
Yeah.
they're taller than me.
If I'm drunk, I can.
If
don't
I'm
like doing
super
it.
drunk and I really gotta pee, it doesn't matter who's next to me. But if they're taller than me and I know they can see my wiener,
Mick.
if they wanted
It has nothing
to,
to do with seeing the wiener.
No,
no,
It's
for
just
me
I've
it does.
been
Even if
I-
they like what they saw,
Mick.
it still weirds me out.
Are you a moaner when you're drunk when you piss? Are you that guy who leaves your head back and moans?
I've done it a couple of times. I don't do it all the time.
I don't
It's
do-
the
no, I
dudes
don't
that
do
are in the
you
stalls,
freak.
like when you're pissing at a urinal and the dude's in the stall and they're shitting and they're like, oh!
Yeah, that's weird.
I was at a restaurant a couple days ago and I saw a dude moaning while he was going, I fucking got there real fast.
You just ran out.
He was getting a birth in there, dude.
No, but the worst toilet experience I had in China was when we tried to go horseback riding by the Great Wall, and the only place they were doing the horseback riding was by this farm. But essentially, the bathroom that they had was just this shed. So they're like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And they're like,
Outhouse.
yeah, it's right over there. It wasn't an outhouse. It was like this small shed with a big ditch, almost like if you were to look at the end of a pool. Like you're looking into a
And it
pool.
goes to the shallow end.
I swear to God, absolutely on my grandfather's grave, I saw a horse's head. I saw half of a fucking cart, like with the
A
wheels.
decapitated horse's head.
I don't know if
I'm
it was
gonna
just.
hurl.
I don't know if it was just the head or the whole horse was in there. I couldn't tell. It was just this pit of things, and it included a whole lot of shit and piss. But it had a horse's head, and it had a whole bunch of like weird things sticking out of it. And maybe if anyone's traveled to China who's listening to the podcast, who's ever fucking been to China to like a farming community, would be like, oh yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah, of course. The piss.
Yeah, of
normal.
course. But all I remember was I was trying to take fucking piss, and all of a sudden I saw like a horse's head in there. I mean, it was big.
I
It
would have
was
saw a challenge. I would have tried to piss in the horse's mouth. You know what I mean?
no right
Because you're
in
gay if you put your wiener in the
his
horse's
mouth.
Only if you think of a guy fucking you up the ass and coming.
That would be weird.
Jeff, question.
Yeah.
Do you subscribe to
Yeah.
the belief that Jesus was in fact a gray alien?
Maybe.
His fucking mouth open.
I'll be honest, I
all
didn't
on
see
the
that
cross.
coming. I didn't see that coming.
Jeff, it's a gray alien. I swear to God, but it has a wig on. It's a fucking conspiracy. His little mouth is open. It's moaning. I've seen pictures of it. It's terrifying. It's
On like a GeoCities website somewhere.
With like some crazy
Yes,
GIF
GIF
background.
with
Geocities.com/
Can we talk about, can we talk about conspiracy theorists? They always found this one piece of information on some GeoCities webpage, and then all of a sudden that just makes it true.
Somebody
because-
linked me to a thing today called like globalism.com, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but I think it's really funny when the conspiracy theorists get conspiracies made about them and they get furious. You know what I'm talking about? Like Alex Jones has a conspiracy that he's actually Bill Hicks, who lived on, and he gets furious when you say that. There's also conspiracies that Alex Jones is like a CIA agent.
Who the fuck is Alex Jones?
He's a big fat guy from Texas. With
It talks like this.
Folks, this is not a joke. These globalists.
There's a lot of big fat
He's like
guys from
37, but looks 55.
Yeah, also Jesse Ventura's one too. He's a huge one.
Jesse Ventura.
Oh, you know Jesse Ventura is.
I remember him
Well,
when he was an actor.
It's one of
Yeah.
the most boring people that are.
Bunch of
that-
slack-jawed
they're so
faggots
boring.
around here.
Now
They
when he
need to-
talks like this now. 9/11 didn't happen the way you thought it did, folks. It's all an inside job. Alex, could you please talk about
You
this
make a
little bit?
better Jesse Ventura than he
I
does.
listen to him, dude. I love him. He's hilarious.
It's the folks.
I was
Folks,
a Navy SEAL.
folks, we have big problems in the U.S. government today.
He's way better than
You
me.
wouldn't believe
Yeah,
what the
right?
government
That's
is
good.
doing.
Why isn't anyone taking me seriously?
I was a wrestler first and a governor second.
And then
You
I was
sound
in
like-
commando.
Nobody believes me when I say I saw a gray alien run headfirst into the World Trade Center.
You're like when if Zach and Jesse Ventura were Dragon Ball Z characters, they merged together. That's what he would sound like.
Jeff, if
Yeah.
ISIS kidnapped you, Jeff,
Yeah.
what do if ISIS captured you, fucking knocked your hat off, was a nice hat baggot.
Yeah.
Listen to me, bitch.
Yeah.
Make a slap will kill you.
I'd start doing like I'm Doc Brown. I'm Back to the Future.
Like,
Wow, you win! You survived!
Back to the Future.
I bet
You
there's
definitely
like a
survived.
Back to the Future over there.
They'd be psyched. They probably just
There'll
got
be one
it.
dude, he's like, I like Bob. They'll look at him, he's like, I like Bob.
You know who I'm worried about is Corey.
The movie over there is probably called like Libyan Terrorists to the Future, and like they're the Libyans in the van are the star of the movie, and then
Oh,
like,
so
Marty
it's only
Doc
like
and the
5
villains.
minutes long.
That's right. They have their own whole version of that movie.
They re-edited to make it look like they
They
cut
chase
it again.
him, they shoot him, and the movie's over.
Yeah.
It's just,
The scene where Michael J. Fox is all
Yeah.
sad over
Yeah.
Doc Brown's
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
They just end the movie right there. They're like, movie's over. We won.
Speaking of third trimester abortion, we're going to abort this, and it's third after we're not for too long. Goodbye.
and let me summarize by saying that Zach was wrong on every argument that he made in this entire fucking thing.
If you guys want to embarrass Stamper, feel free.
You know, you know what?
Oh!
You know what? If you want to embarrass Stamper, leave your honest opinions below.
Jeff, give us some last words.
Yeah, Jeff.
If you'd like to embarrass these guys, send $1 to their Patreon.
Oh, wow.
Sleepy Cabin.
Hey, if you want to tell Jeff to go fuck himself, then go tell him to go fuck
Second
himself.
listen to this. Go to Johnny Utah _NG and send the hottest off the press memes. I'm talking Bad Luck Brian. I'm talking Awkward Penguin. You know what I mean, folks. Go. Get
Bad
your
Luck
videos out
Dolphin, Upset Television, Green Walls Staircase.
there. Draw your own picture of
How about we
Jeff and
make
a meme.
how about we make a new meme called Bad Decision Stamper? How Stamper makes you keep making bad decisions.
Here's one.
Stamper.
He's gay and drinks some piss. And that podcast.
How about Closet Homo Zach?
What's a meme for Closet Homo Zach? He's like,
He's gay. Doesn't tell anybody. I don't know. He's gay, dude.
Secret Zach.
Secret.
Secret
Zach. Secret.
That's it. Secret Zach.
Hashtag Secret Zach.
All right.
no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
From your grave.
That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Are you ready?
No, we're not giving you poop.
right.
I'm just giving you. I'm just giving you a joke.
You're the joke. All right, he's Ben. Okay, Marcus. That's Marcus. I'm Ben. With us as always.
Oh, it's a pasta ravioli, Mr. Don Bagnani.
You know
Man,
what?
I can't always be a different person. Sometimes I gotta be me.
No, but
My
you
name's
is a
Henry
terrible
Zabrowski.
person. You're a mean man.
I'm not a mean man.
Don't
I
yell.
am a performer. What is this character?
That's Preacher.
Yeah.
Oh, look what I'm doing.
He's licking Preacher's nutsack
Wow,
right
he
now.
is really going
Where
to
has
town
this
on those
figurine
nuts.
been?
Oh, so many places.
I gotta stop licking it.
What does your tongue taste like now?
I don't know, man. It's like it's blood.
Weird.
That's
Blood
fine.
and hummus?
Yeah.
Does that exist?
See, that's the thing. No
Hummus.
matter how much you wash blood off of PVC plastic, the taste always stays there.
Well, speaking
They
of
do that so it's for proof of crimes. They do that on purpose.
Well, speaking of blood and terrible people and mean personalities, this is part 2 of Bind, Torture, Kill,
Yeah,
BTK.
fucking electric boogaloo. We got BTK. He's coming back, but this time he's traveling back through time, and he's got Napoleon, George Washington, Hitler's sister.
Get out of here!
In a fucking telephone booth. That's him and BTK and his best friend Ted, and it's really going well for them.
Collect
what a
all,
great
please.
sequel this is going to be.
I can't wait. So we are up to the point of his first hiatus. We've
Yes.
gone through the total of what? 7 kills? 4 kills?
7.
7 kills thus far.
Man, he must be tired.
I need a nap.
I've been filming a short film and I'm tired, and I still haven't killed any women yet.
You haven't ejaculated on a child while she
No,
begged
not
for her life.
not this fucking weekend. At least not outside of my Second Life fucking forum I've created for myself called the Dennis Rader Fantasy Camp. Except my hit kit has got a bunch of dumplings in it, and it's
Right.
got a hammock that I tie. I got it's 2 poles. It's called an Insta hammock. You stick it in the ground. It's got 2 poles and a fucking hammock in the middle of it. You can sit anywhere and make it a vacation. That's what it says. If you're on the train, make it a vacation.
Someone get this guy a pina colada. He is living life on the beach.
Rock up. I'm sorry.
All right, so Mr. Raider is on his hiatus, taking a little vacation in the years before a staycation. So what is he up to now?
So we just left off with Nancy Fox. That was victim number 7.
And this was the first good one.
Yeah.
This is the first time he actually got it right, correct?
This is the second time that he got it right. His first time he got it right was Shirley Vian. That was victim number 6.
No, that was the problem with the kids because the kids got out.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so
very true. Very
Nancy
true.
Fox, I was like, that's really interesting. I did do a little reading on that, like kind of talking about how, like,
The fierce pure one.
yeah, he went out and he was like, he said, I have a sexual problem, and what I really need to do here is I just need to tie you up and I need to fuck you. And she was down. Now that she was down, I'm not gonna do this.
But it
I'm
wasn't
gonna
out
do
of
this
her
pro-rape
realm
thing.
of sexual reality.
She was just like, she sat and smoked a cigarette and, well, let's get it fucking over with. And she went out and she got naked and then he fucking killed her.
Yeah.
He could have just had sex.
Yeah.
He could have just had an affair.
You
know what I
really
mean?
could have.
Right.
And this was also the one where he went and called the cops.
Yes.
Right afterwards and told him that. Because this was, I think
this
that
is
was
the
the
cops
first
from
time
the
he was
payphone.
truly proud of what he did.
Yeah.
Like, really, truly proud. Like,
Right.
I went in, I had a goal. I had something that I needed to do. I went in, I fucking did it.
It was like the first time I roasted a chicken. When it's like, you're just so happy because, it's the same thing. I tied the legs together.
Right.
Yeah.
And you jam it full of fucking lemon rinds and rosemary.
Is he making a drink out of her?
Pum, 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 pum. Salt and pepper it.
That sounds very good.
Is that really fucked up?
That's a
I should do
Williamsburg
it.
kill.
And that was also, he stabbed her a whole bunch. Because the strangling wasn't working for him. So he
yeah, you
stabbed
do get
her
the
like
feeling
9
that he
times.
stepped out. I have a sexual problem, so he checked that off, made her aware, bind, checked off the bind, checked off the torture, and then checked off the kill. And it was like perfection.
I keep reading, exactly in what way did he torture them?
I think the torture was mostly like the and then letting go.
You can make a strong argument that
Letting
the
go.
whole situation.
And
Yeah,
you
it's
also
pretty
have
rough,
to, and you
yeah.
also have to remember this is a name he gave to himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true. I just thought he was going like, I'm a little teacup and like going sitting there going
Here
like,
is my knife, and
and then
here is
like
your dad.
going showing her episodes of fucking like Jersey Shore over and over again.
Yeah, whatever the terrible show of the
It's
time
Rhoda.
I love Rhoda. I love strong women. I mean, not
You will
sexually.
stay awake and you will watch Rhoda with me.
I don't know what it is about you, but
Man,
I
he
just feel like I
binds
could
me,
go out and get a job.
And then he tortures me with this Rhoda.
It was insane.
I sure hope he doesn't kill me. Oh.
The BRK. Bind, Rhoda, kill.
And so in 1977, he takes a hiatus. And this is also around the time that the police finally put together a task force that is made specifically to catch the BTK killer. They have two names. They go by either alternately the Ghostbusters or the Hot Dog Squad.
Why is everyone gotta have a dumb name?
No, I'm sorry. This is the task force?
This is the task force assigned to catch BTK.
Why do they
else
call
feel-
themselves the Hot Dog Squad?
Anybody else feel like they're not taking this seriously enough?
Hot Dog Squad sounds like a gay porno.
It sounds like a gay porno or literally a group of fraternity members who have weird hot dogs on Saturdays and they go to a different hot dog stand. Every Saturday, we're the Hot Dog Squad.
This mustard's spicier than the other mustard. Give it a thumbs down, Hot Dog Squad. Out!
Yelp is going to hear about this.
It sounds like, it smells like Ed has been a member of the Hot Dog Squad for some time.
Yes.
That's mostly just his Polish
Well,
deodorant.
I'm sure they actually go to Ed's doorstep on a regular basis. He's like, get out of here,
It's a
Hot Dog
restaurant.
Squad.
It's like, oh man, I thought that it was a fucking hot dog farm. The way your pits smell, you
Right.
fat pig.
Of course I did.
Ed Larson.
It's a clever joke. I did watch Ed on The Burn the other night, and
Yeah.
God, he is fat.
He's
getting
really
big.
He's really good.
Well, he's in
sucking
Los
down
Angeles.
chocos,
He's
yeah.
not walking anywhere.
No, the opposite. He's a madman. He takes mass transportation and he walks everywhere. You should not be on the streets of Los Angeles. It is a dangerous place.
And nor should you be on the streets when the BTK is around.
Oh,
But
Well,
I suppose-
especially if you're a sassy female fucking sashaying back and forth, asking for it, having a house, going home from work.
these Rhoda-like dreams with these liberal women.
That's what happens. You know when it started? When we started letting women play tennis.
I agree.
Those first badminton days. Those seeds were planted.
I think we can all blame this on whatever-
Badminton, torture, kill.
Yes, yes.
And it's also around this time that Dennis Rader himself gets a degree in criminal science from the University of Wichita.
Okay.
And this is
Not science.
Yeah. And the Hot Dog Squad came somewhat close to him at one point.
Okay.
Because all of... Yeah, I know. I'm just going to keep referring to them as the Hot Dog Squad.
I mean, that's what they called
Ghostbusters
themselves.
is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Shart, the commander of the Hot Dog Squad, was keen on capturing the BTK killer. After I finish this hot dog, he says,
Always after
picking
all.
sesame seeds out of his fucking teeth.
Ridiculous.
But there's
It's like,
always
oh.
another hot dog.
All this evidence is all mixed up with ketchup. There's red onions on my fucking gun. He pulls his gun. Whoa!
It's not even a gun. It's just a condiment disperse machine. If I hit the button here, it's ketchup. If I hit the button here, it's mayonnaise. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Mayonnaise in a hot dog.
And this is the only time that the Hot Dog Squad ever came close to Dennis Rader
Okay.
because the letters that he used to send to the newspapers and the TV stations and all that, they were...
written on hot dog buns. You could identify them by smell and texture.
Oh, I will write this one in relish. Yes, yes.
Well, they were all photocopies, and at the time, this is something you learn, I think, from his criminal science thing. In the days, Xeroxes would make prints slightly larger every time you Xerox them, so they couldn't be traced back to any one typewriter, any model of typewriter. But what they could do is they could take the ink and trace what kind of ink was in the toner, and then they went to the Xerox Corporation. The Xerox Corporation told them which printers in town had that kind of toner, and one of them was, but they were all public ones. One of them was at the college where Dennis Rader got his degree,
And that's not
the
even
other one
close.
and the other one was a public library where he put his first note.
Well,
Yeah.
public, have no fear. We have whittled it down to 1 in 25,000 people. We know he's at a university.
And at this time, all
He's
they
the
knew,
one always wearing hats covered in the fancy tied bows.
It's like he loves to bind.
He said I was also reading it like during that time he was also Boy Scout leader, and he was especially good at teaching knot tying.
yeah,
He was, yeah. So he was propping up his social status with the Boy Scout things. He was also
God,
very
can you imagine
involved
how
with the church.
hard he was teaching them like how to tie knots?
Yeah.
Oh my
Like just
Christ.
this like rigid hard on like tying up a little boy. He's like, and this is how you do it to make sure they don't fucking struggle. They don't get another. They go, excuse me, Mr. Raider. We thought that this was for tying bundles of sticks together. No, I said faggots.
Is that that's a double entendre. Entendre.
And by the way, this is something that we haven't touched on yet. This entire time, He was a security guy. He was working for ADT Security, installing security systems in houses.
And this is how he got good at scoping out houses and the proper way to break in. Again, don't let people in your fucking house, ever. Never. Even family.
Well, I think that's just more of a personal reason for you. You have a delivery man, something like that, or a weed service.
Those are the only people I trust.
Yeah, Chinese delivery
the
and
weed
services.
people, the only people that they will never fuck with you.
That's true.
Because it's always chill dudes with like a band name like Cork Sliver, and he's coming over and he just wants to give you the finest orangutangy mangy that he's got.
Yeah.
You know?
I got Binga Monkey. This one is a really wild.
Ooh, yeah, it's some purpley, veiny, fucking thick green egg, fucking covered in salty crystals.
And Henry is fully aroused. All right, so he's with the Boy Scouts. He's going to university. He has all of the accoutrements of somebody who is a successful member of a Wichita community.
Again, I'm going to say those are the fucking signs.
Those are telltale signs.
Anybody who's living a life like that is always fake.
Right.
Yeah. Fake. Especially a fucking priest. And he spent his goddamn time in a church.
He was the president of the church board.
Exactly. And if you're a part of an administration of a fucking wizard's palace, also known as a fucking dumb church, you are most assuredly a murderer. At least you have feverish night hardness over the little boys and girls scamping through there, and you punish them, and you hate their freedom, hate the way they dance and sing and talk, but the first thing you imagine is pushing them down.
Yeah, I might convert to Christianity if there was a church called the Dumb Church. I would immediately be like, all right, that sounds kind of fun. It's Reverse Pants Thursday, guys. Come
he's
on
got
out.
all my shit. He's got everything bad with him. He worked for the government.
Yeah.
He was a Boy Scout leader. He worked for a church. Ugh.
Yeah, you can imagine the hate-filled sermons that he thoroughly enjoyed.
So from 1977 to 1985, he didn't kill, but it wasn't what you would call a hiatus.
Okay.
More of a slump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he tried. In 1979, remember the poem that I read last time?
Yeah.
Anna, why didn't you appear?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about...
Sounds like a Davy Jones song.
Yeah. That was in 1979.
Perfect.
That was 2 years after Nancy Fox.
Oh.
And there was
so he sucks.
Yeah, and then there were a couple of women that he stalked in the early 80s. That never worked out.
He couldn't, because, early 80s, people weren't looking very good.
Yeah. And so 1985...
They were just too into it in the early 80s.
1985, he comes back strong.
Okay.
Real strong with Marine Hedge, aged 53.
Ugh. And how long was that hiatus?
Beverly Hills Cop 2 just come out. I'm sure that he was very excited to be out and about.
So how long was the hiatus total?
From 77 to 85.
So we have an 8-year hiatus.
Yeah.
What happens?
Slump.
We're going to call it a slump.
Okay.
Yeah. So 53-year-old Marine Hedge, she lived down the street from him and was also a member of their church. He went...
Good.
I feel like you're for this murder.
He abducted her from her home, took her out to a field, dug a grave,
planted her like she was corn,
strangled her with pantyhose, and as he's looking at her in the grave, he gets an idea. He picks her body up, takes her to the church, and then
I thought it was
puts
going
her...
to be for like the iMac or something. If I could only have a musical device like in my hand right now so I could listen to CCR.
He takes her to the church, and he has keys, of course, and he props her up in separate, in the sexually suggestive bondage positions.
Hell yeah.
And takes a bunch of pictures of her, and then takes her back, and then just throws her off on the side of the road, but not before taking a lot of pictures of himself in the grave that he dug, all tied up with a woman mask on.
This is the equivalent of boasting about a robbery that you just did on Facebook. Why would you
only Instagram was around back
You know
then.
that he would have done it.
Absolutely. Yeah. How many likes? He was like, how many likes am I going to get for this?
Right.
Yeah.
No likes.
No likes?
I better
Nobody gets no likes. Only the least most popular nerds in the world get no likes.
That's not me. I'm BTK.
I'm the BTK killer. I'm the Garrote Phantom.
Yeah. Well, this
Give
is
me
the
a hot dog bun. I've got a message to write.
Well, the pantyhose were knotted around her neck, but this was the only one that he ever actually strangled with his own hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was also Albert DeSalvo's calling card with the Boston Strangler.
Yeah.
He used to always use pantyhose and do big elaborate knots and leave them watching television.
Am I right to assume this is the first abduction situation?
Yes, this is the first one in which he abducts the first and only one in which he abducts a woman and takes her to a separate separate location.
And it's so sad because she probably thought she was going on a date. Mm-hmm. You know, he was like, "You want to go out? We'll go to a movie. We'll get some malteds."
Oh, what? So what are we going to
malteds?
Okay.
I take that back.
You were intense, but I am lonely.
There are two.
Okay.
Yeah, he abducted another one that we'll get to here in a second. However, in 1986,
can we see the pictures of? Do the pictures? There's no way to see the.
There's no pictures of the woman. I mean, I'm sure they exist, because he kept everything. I'll get to that in a second.
But there's got to be a place
there
where
are
you
pictures,
can see that stuff,
there are pictures
right?
of him
in the grave. I've seen those pictures.
Yeah.
Those are fucking horrifying. We'll put those up.
Yeah.
I'll put the BTK. I'll put that source page up on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Take a gander for that if you're not totally sick by the end of this.
Yeah. And then about a year later, he goes for Vicky Wegerly. And Vicky...
Real quick, though, after this last kill, after this abduction, he threw her on the side of the roadway. Were the cops still completely cold again? They must have been stunned.
Completely cold.
So he was not linked to the previous crimes whatsoever, right?
Not until later.
Okay.
Not
I just
until
don't
later was
understand
this
how they
linked
had
to
no
BTK.
fucking clue. How did they have
Because they were the
clue?
sausage gang.
The hot dog bandits got to stop doing this kind of stuff. Why let guys who are willing to...
The hot
drives
dog...
me crazy. Yeah. I just said, I just feel like it's the all the snacks that used to sing the songs on the movie theater intermission things.
Let's all go to the movies.
And they're all just police officers now.
Right.
Going after the BTK killer. Women getting murdered everywhere. The guy's like, oh, gee, boss, I'm just a bunch of popcorn.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to find a BTK killer?
It's a great voiceover career.
Sweet, delicious butter all over me. Salted kernels. Can't resist. I'm trying to sit down and watch the movie. Me greedy fingers. Looking for my popcorny kernels. Oh, there's no way I'm going to find that BTK killer being so delicious. Put some Parmesan on me.
All right, well, you could do that forever, and I would probably love it if you did.
I would be. I was just going to let it go for as long as possible.
To move on. So we have our next kill coming in 1987, 2 years after.
1986. About a year and a half later, in September of 1986, Vicky Wegerly, he did this one. This is
I think that's
ballsy.
also when Ace Frehley came out with his solo album.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
New York Groove, right?
I believe so.
Again, the connections to be made. People didn't notice this back then, but now with hindsight.
Now we see. Vicky Wegerly, this one is pretty ballsy. Strangled this woman to death on his lunch break in front of her 2-year-old son.
Really?
No shit, on his lunch break.
Same time,
he was working at the security company.
And you know when Dennis comes back from lunch, you're just going like, man, oh man, I'm still pretty peckish. I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah,
but you didn't go to eat in your lunch? Dennis was like, no, I didn't really get.
You know me.
They
call me the old bottomless pit. You know.
I don't know. Dennis is kind of suspicious. You always eat lunch on your lunch break.
I'm actually on this new diet. It's called murder during lunch.
What did you say?
It's a murder during lunch. No,
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's break in and kill a woman during lunch. I didn't say that.
No. But either way, I'm feeling great. So.
And then finally his last victim, Dolores Davis, on my birthday, January 19th.
Congratulations.
1991.
How old were you then?
I was 8.
Did you help him?
Yeah, Marcus, we've got you a gift. We're taking you to Kansas. What to do? You're going to be in charge of the torture.
You know, like the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
And on this one, this once again proves that he's the killer on the go. He snuck away from a scouting trip to go kill this woman.
Man, he's just trying to. A fucking.
And this is when he starts
donna.
getting like stupid. This is when he starts getting cute. Like the woman was very a tidy woman, and so what he does is he goes in the kitchen and eats a bowl of cereal.
Because he's being a punny serial killer.
He's being a punny serial killer.
Seriously?
He hate Dennis Rader.
I got time to be making fucking jokes all the time. Just be killing people.
It's ridiculous.
Leave
the jokes to us, Dennis.
Why does it make me mad so much?
Because he's not doing it right. Because he's not taking it seriously. You got a job to do, bro.
It just comes down to it. It's like the guys I'm going to do this. It's like the guys who go to L.A. to do stand-up showcases just to get a television show, or the guys that stay in New York and get funny. You know what I mean?
That's
Working
right.
out in open mics.
Yeah.
Going out there to alt comedy rooms, all right?
He's all
So it's
PR.
like Jeffrey Dahmer is the Mike Lawrence of serial killers. All right?
He worked
This is the
every
fucking
single night.
Daniel
He was going out
Tosh
to
of
gay
serial
bars.
killers.
That's right.
Who's the Down Tosh of serial killers?
BTK.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
He got by on his looks, a little bit of charm, some wealthy family money. I mean, this is bullshit. BTK being punny after murdering a chick is the most offensive thing that he has done thus far in his life.
Where's the burning, sweaty urges in the night when you're sitting there
none.
making jokes?
That's the thing.
None.
Where is the bloodshot eyes looking in the bathroom mirror being like, why do I do this?
I
must
wish
do
I
this."
could see my own skull, but then I can't kill again.
Yes, I wish I was one of the victims of my own hands so I could feel what it feels like to be choked to death by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Yeah.
ridiculousness.
And this will tell you everything you need to know about BTK right here. Is that the reason why he stopped in 1991, because that is the year that he became a fucking dog catcher. He became what was known as a compliance officer among around. It was like some sort of apartment complex or something like that.
Women have wronged me.
Yeah,
A
well,
dog has never wronged. Very upset about this.
I know, and yeah, he became a dog catcher, and just everyone had a story about this guy, Officer Rader, who was just a horrible asshole, big complete power trip, like just an absolute power mad dog
the Joe
catcher.
Arpaio of dog catchers.
There was one woman who told a story. He was because I think he was starting to feel like kind of the urges again, and he was starting to just kind of get on her ass about her dog, and her boyfriend moved in. He's like, "Yeah, you got to get rid of that boyfriend. When are you gonna get rid of that boyfriend?" And she's like, "Why won't you leave me alone? Just please leave me alone." She's like, "I'll leave you alone if you get rid of that boyfriend."
No,
And
probably
then
not true.
one day, and then after it just went on and on, she came home. Her dog was gone. She called up. She went over to animal control. He had kidnapped her dog and taken it to animal control and had it put to sleep.